Hello, and welcome back to this nonsense.
Nonsense hammer.
Anyway, it's all good. I don't know, I'm losing my mind.
Okay.
Right, so, welcome back. We're doing another 2,000 point game. Today's game is Better Part of Valour. I had to quickly pull that up on the Battleplan because I can't remember what the twist is on this one.
You haven't even got your cards out. How do you know what you're playing?
I know what I'm playing because I'm a genius.
I've got ordered.
Anyway, so we are playing a 2,000 point game of Ironjawz versus
Fyreslayers. I'm playing Fyreslayers. I don't know how to play Fyreslayers. They're all going to die.
I don't know why you chose to play Fyreslayers, but...
Because, I'm tired of Stormcast and Sylvaneth, but that's all I have.
That's weird. I thought you were really enjoying them. On the first of the month, you can see our path to glory with Stormcast versus Ogres.
I am enjoying them. I am enjoying them. That's all I play, so...
That's fine. You try something different.
I am trying something new.
Something different and new at the same time. You've got some fun things.
Yep.
So we're playing the Better Part of Valour. It's a 6 objective game with 3 along the middle of each territory, as each half of the board on long edges are territories. We've set up with the terrain suggested by the General's Handbook.
Yep.
So we've got 2 places of power in the middle, made by a left Awakened Wildwood by an old Sylvaneth tribe, the Aquilif left by Jeffro Tull. Oh, that's Aquilung.
That's Aquilung.
Oh,
that's a different
old
thing.
Man jokes. Anyway,
and then just ruins that one of them has a penis drawn on it.
Yeah, I've graffitied my ones because they were made by Ironjawz. Anyway, so we are here, and we have 2,000 point game. The twist for this one: when a enemy unit is destroyed on an objective by a fight ability used by a non-hero unit contesting the same objective. So basically, if any of your non-hero units kill in combat on an objective, they become dominant units. A dominant unit has...
Oh, is that one? Is this not the one we tried a few days ago?
We've tried this a couple of times to get ourselves ready for the filming. Yes. So on the objective, they then become the dominant. They get plus 10 to their control score, which when you're playing what you're playing, this could be painful.
Yeah, it probably is.
But the dominant also has a target on their back because you add 1 to hit rolls for combat attacks made by the underdog's army when targeting a dominant unit. If that unit comes off the objective at any point, even though it's sticky, the dominance isn't sticky.
Yeah.
So they just lose their dominance.
No one likes a sticky dom.
Pause.
You actually pausing?
No. Anyway, right.
No, with you.
So we've got 2,000 points on the schnoz. Well, I've got 1970. You've got 1950.
Something like that. I can't remember.
I think it was.
It was. So yeah, we'll say that. Sounds
so
good.
Shall we go over armies? And Steve will do his thing that he does.
I'm 1950.
Where he zooms over the top and shows us what he's deployed.
Yes. I'll keep this list up. So
I'll start with the thing I have to apologise for because both of these armies are mine. I'm lazy, and that same ghost bubble of 20 Volkite Berserkers is still unpainted. And because I've been trying to prepare for the Ironjawz going to Scotland in July, there's a load of new Ironjawz on the board.
I'm not tournamenting in Scotland. I'm going for shits and gigs.
You're just going to the Wallace Monument.
No, I'm going to find the Macbeth statue.
Oh, fun.
Fun.
Anyway,
I don't know where that is.
but yes,
literature.
I've got everything that was brand new that I've bought over the last month has been made specifically for this filming, but also so I could try out some stuff. So you've got a bubble of 10 brutes and 10 Ardboys and the manifestations and the Boss Rock Tower. No, you haven't seen that on the channel before.
You haven't. And we apologise now that some stuff is not painted.
That's literally what I'm apologising for.
I know.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make it. So I was reading through my list. I wasn't really listening to you, and then you got really excited about the tower, and I felt the need to go. It's not painted.
Remind me, I'm bad. Anyway, so yes.
Like Simpsons
tell me about your list.
Okay, right.
What have we got?
Well, we'll go from left to right because that's sort of my general's regiment. But my general is the Auric Runefather on MacLeod. This guy here. I won't go through regiment by regiment because they're all spread out all over the place. He has the draft of the finest magmalt, which once per battle he can drink it and he gets +3 to his attacks for the rest of the turn.
Only his axe, not the companion weapons.
No, just his axe. Then, next to him, we have a set of half-guard berserkers with flame strike pole axes, who are just there ready to whip their chains around. Behind them, blue stick, Auric Runemaster. I've put little post-it, because I don't know this army, every card that I have has a little post-it telling me what he looks like. This is diagonal green pole. So blue stick is my Auric Runemaster, who is a priest, so he can cast manifestations, which is lovely. Going to the middle, we have Gotrek. I haven't played with him in 4th edition, and I'm so excited.
Have you actually played with him at all? Oh, once.
In 3rd.
Oh, did you do that game where it's Bastion versus Gotrek?
He died.
Yeah, I had to remove him very quickly.
Yeah, he died. So Gotrek. Gotrek is a regiment of renown.
Yes, he is himself a regiment.
So he is himself a regiment. He doesn't get the Fyreslayer abilities. He just gets whatever is on his card. But he's still pretty badass, although he is definitely weaker in 4th edition.
He's also
Tall green pole is my battlesmith.
How dare you?
He has the...
You can't remember Shortbread?
Yeah, but there's 2 that look similar. So
Okay,
he's tall green pole, he's diagonal green pole.
Oh, I see, yes.
Tall green pole is my battlesmith. He has an enhancement that's giving him the ability of a priest with 1. Diagonal green pole, you see, is the Grimwrath Berserker, just doing his thing. Then we have, going this way, we have 2 sets of reinforced Volkite Berserkers with Fire Steel weapons who don't have... I put bubbles of 20 so I know which ones they are. They don't have any special abilities that I know of yet.
Charging gets +1 to attacks.
I was going to say that anyway. Oh, just for them?
Yeah, just for them.
They
get +1 to attacks. Your warrior kinband gives everyone, other than your Magmadroth and Gotrek, +1 to charge.
Put it on a sticky note. And then we have another set of half-guard berserkers with the poleaxe things. And then behind them, we have Red Peacock, Auric Runes.
Or Parrot Head, as you used to call it.
That's Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, it's Jimmy Buffett.
We have my Auric Rune Son. And if he charges this turn, I get to add 1 to charge rolls for friendly infantry, friendly Fyreslayers infantry, while they're wholly within 18 inch of him. So I've stuck him near. Everything is infantry apart from the general on Magmadroth and Gotrek. So
I mean, Gotrek is infantry, I believe.
But he wouldn't get
thing, no, because he's not Fyreslayer.
So that's when these things like
Could you imagine?
That's why these things like friendly Fyreslayers infantry mean something.
In fairness, he hits on 2s and wounds on 2s. He's not getting a +1 to wound
he's got
anyway.
A ward of 3. He's essentially unkillable, but come back at the end of the game and we'll see if that's true.
You killed him last time he was on the board.
So then, all infantry, if it charges, gets +1 to wound, not Gotrek or Magmadroth. That is my army. We are doing the Warrior Kinband, which gives us that. We've got 4 drops. Prayer Law is Grim Blessings. Manifestation Law is Magmic Invocations. So we have the Flame Spitter, the Molten Infernoth, and the Runic Firewall ready to come out if prayed that way.
Yeah, we've got cyber security, flaming monkey, and that thing.
Flavor.
Yes. Anyway, flame on.
Flame on.
Right.
Johnny Storm.
So you get an extra CP at the beginning of your first round because you're 1950.
You haven't gone through your army.
I'm about to tell you about my army now. I was just signing off that part.
Gotrek back up on the screen ready.
So we have 1970 points of your good old boys. Right, so leading the regiment is the... I haven't given them items. I'll work that out and put that in post. I probably would put it on...
I don't need items.
I would probably go with the usual that I do. So we'll just say it now and then I'll add it in post. So Rhino, or the Megaboss on foot, is our general. He has got the Hulking Brute ability and will have the Amberbone Whetstone.
Shard.
Amberbone Whetstone, that's what it's called.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's a whetstone to...
I know what a whetstone is.
And then it's amberbone because...
It's made of amber.
Yeah.
That's where you get dinosaurs.
It must have killed a seraphon. Anyway, or a draconif.
You're a draconif.
So, he's leading the regiments, or leading the army. In his regiment, we have an Ardboy Big Boss. Too nice, Clive. I'm so narrative. Oh, I'm not trying to write a competitive list at all. And 2 sets of reinforced brutes. There's the narrative gone. So that's the big bulk of my army. So as I say, got Hulking Brute and Amberbone Whetstone on the Mega Boss. In the second regiment, we have the Widnoff Shaman, Blind Pier, and 2 sets of 10 Ardboys. I've not reinforced them, although I do have an Ardboy Big Boss on the board. I want to still have the problem with reinforcing them is I very much lose board control if I put everything into just big bubbles. I'm still thinking about potentially breaking up one of the 2
You all seem
brutes.
to be really far over this side.
Yes.
They're quite far left.
Yes. No, they're very millennial.
They're very Although, actually, I've got nothing past that either. Mine are all far right. We laugh, even though Reform are currently taking quite a lot of seats in this country and we don't like it.
We also laugh that all of the Fyreslayers have Germanic names.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
let's move away from the internet problem. Anyway, so yes, we've got Widnoff Shaman with 2 sets of unreinforced Ardboys, and then finally Regiment 2 is Leggy Pete, the War Chanter, and a Morgrunter with Hacking Crew. And you will die in their arms tonight.
That's Cutting Crew.
I know, it was trying to make it. Oh, God,
They're
anyway.
the same as Foreigner.
Shut up.
Private jokes.
Private dancer. Dancer for money. Anyway, right, here we go. And then obviously we've got the Boss Rock Tower, and I have got the new, what are they called? The manifestation of Gorka Morka on the board. So I've got the Foot of Gork, I've got the weird screamy thing, and I've got the Swamp. I don't know how they work that well because I've not really played them before.
I'm not quite sure why I'm standing here like I'm at ease in the military. I'm just like, yep.
Just such.
And he's lads.
Yes, that's me. 1970 points. I already started to miss my Mega Boss and Maw-Crusher, and I don't know if I'm just going to swap out to Ogres and take Ogres to Scotland instead. But I'm just like, no, come on.
You made so many of these over the last few days, including your Boss Tower.
I also want to
Do you want to be that guy who's wasted his time?
I also want to put Kragnos in, but that's just for me. I'm playing the obvious Law of the Weird and Weird war beats for the spells and prayers, and I've got Ironjawz Brawl, which on a charge of an unmodified 8 or higher, non-hero units will be non-hero infantry units will be getting an extra attack.
Okay.
I think I played that wrong the last time we played it, so just remembering it now, it's non-hero infantry units
Okay.
that get it. So Mega Boss can't have it,
Right.
but everyone else can.
Fine. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's that. I won deployment because I was a free drop against your 4 drop.
Yeah.
So I will say, I feel like you should have fun. And I have also learned that apparently, I have a higher go first win rate. So I'm going to test my theory.
Yeah, but mine are all good if they charge, and if I go first, they move, and they can't charge because.
And that's why I'm saying I'm going first to let you have fun.
Oh, thank God! But you've just said if you go first, you have a higher victory.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying is, I'm testing out the theory of if I let the army that needs to go second, do I still win?
Oh, I'm still very far forwards, and you move quite a way.
Field Sergeant was given to the Ardboy Big Boss, by the way, and I assume you'll give one of the Volkite Berserkers.
Probably, yeah.
The
+1 rend infantry.
Oh God, that's going to be nasty. Yeah, pick that in a minute.
Yeah, write that down on a post-it.
Right. So yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
And we will be back in a moment with Ironjawz Turn 1. Hello, and welcome back to Ironjawz Conservative Turn 1.
I see now, when you started talking, I was like, you sound very official, then realised what you were doing.
Welcome to the war report.
Yes.
So, I went for take their land, and I tried to take this little wall off the Magmadroth. I was hoping to get a little bit silly over there, and I failed miserably because I was being too cagey with what I was doing. I know that I've just left a lot of stuff over there out in the open, but I was being cagey, as you can see by the rest of the board. I got Blind Pew, the Weird No Shaman, up onto the Shouty Boss and tried to give these Volkite Berserkers in the middle the -1 to their charge rolls, or -1 to the number of dice when rolling charge, and failed it. I then summoned the Foot of Gork, thinking I'll stomp them. Genuine question for viewers. If you know, I know that if a unit is set up this turn, you can't use a move ability in the same turn. The Foot of Gork isn't a move ability, it's just once in the movement phase, you may essentially blink one out of existence and set it up wholly within 9 inches of another piece. Okay. So I believe I've not cheated, and also it's about to die anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I was trying to stomp them, failed that as well. They've then moved in and done 7 damage to it, so it's literally on 1 at the moment.
We've
so I'm not
literally nearly killed it. But now we're in combat, so we can't move, which is quite annoying.
Well, you can retreat out of it.
Yeah, we can, but then we can't charge.
Or you could just do like 1 damage to it and then it's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
And also both pieces disappear when that one dies. But yeah, we just trundled forwards over in the far corner over here with the brutes running around the corner to come sneakily this way. Cunning and brutal. Unfortunately, I only rolled a 1 on their run
Cunning
roll.
with a K.
Then I've left the big bubble at the back with not a lot to do, but also I'm aware that if they stay back there, they can then come forward and smash things in a minute. The part which really sucked was, so I ran the Ard Boys into this terrain just to make sure I've got like some chance, and then I was needing an 11-inch charge to get the pig round onto the Magmadroth. I got a 10 on the charge.
I forgot about that bit.
I then thought, if I call the war, then I can get it. So if you'd be fair, if you'd allow me to do it, I would only get +1 on the charge and run him in. I wouldn't get anything fancy. But he's just outside of 18 of the Ardboy Big Boss, so he can't do it. No. If I had moved the Ardboy Big Boss in the movement phase rather than just leaving him there, then maybe would have done it. But I was silly. And that's all she wrote on my turn.
Okay.
So I get 1 and 2, but not more than opponent, and I get my tactic for taking that piece of terrain.
Yes.
Anything from you on the...
No, I don't think so. You allowed me to... Well, where you ended that foot was in combat with those Volkites, so we piled in, and 10 of them could hit, so we did 20 attacks, so that was nice.
I have locked them up for the first turn, which is kind of because I know that's your honour guard.
Which is fine, because they'll kill that, I imagine.
Yeah.
Because you took 7 of the potential damages. So no, nothing from me.
The other thing that we should have said on the thing that we didn't mention, so you gave the honour guard to that bubble.
Yeah.
So they've got +1 to rend
+1 to rend if they charge infantry.
And then because you have 1 more regiment than me, you get a second one.
Buffett over here.
The Runeston.
Yeah, it gives...
he's got Field Sergeant, so it gives a +2 inch.
+2 movement to anything within 12 inches of him.
Any infantry within 12 inches.
Which is basically just not Magmadroth.
Yes.
So, which I wrote on his little post-it note.
It also affects Gotrek.
It does affect Gotrek because it doesn't specifically be Fyreslayer infantry. So.
No, she's Gotrek has now just gone from a 24-inch bubble of problems to a 26-inch bubble.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Anyway.
I'm sorry, 24 inches. What?
So you get 12. The thing that they used to say in 3rd edition, I might have.
I need to read his rules again.
But essentially, he has a. I think he has a 4-inch move.
Yeah.
Which, if you then charge, you add a 12-inch to that. So it's a 16. Sorry, it's a 16. I'm thinking the number's wrong. So you got, but then also you add 3 inches for piling.
Okay.
So if you've got a you got 4 inches plus the 12 inches of charge, so he's got a 16-inch bubble around him that if I move anything within that, there's a chance I'm going to deal with Gotrek.
Okay.
If he's within 12 inches of that, he's now become an 18-inch bubble.
Right.
If you add the 3 for piling, you've now got 21. So he's
okay, cool.
He can just get across the board now, even though he's a tiny little dwarf.
Yeah, he's a tiny little man in jeans.
He did say he'd get himself there.
He did, didn't he?
Anyway.
Okay.
Right, so that's the turn. 1, 2, and tactic. We'll be back in a moment for the Fyreslayers Turn 1. Bye.
That was the Fyreslayers Turn 1. So we picked the tactic of do not waver. 2 friendly units fight, no friendly units die. No friendly units died, but if you look over here at this Hearthguard, what's he called? Hearthguard Berserker, there's 1 left on 1 wound remaining. That's how close we were to death. And thanks to the fact that I'd given everybody a 5+ ward, infantry 5+ ward, whatever it was, 5+ ward, he's alive.
Mm-hmm.
So
they also took out 4 brutes.
Yeah, they did.
No mean feat by a minimum strength unit.
Died. So yeah, so that was that. We killed things. We killed your foot.
Yep.
It's in the middle.
My feet were gone.
We killed your
big pig.
Big pig there, dead. No more big pig. Bacon. We took out some of these.
You took out 5 of my ard boys over here.
Ard boys over there. We tried taking out some of your brutes.
Ard boys over
here. And we took out a couple, but you killed 2 of me.
I killed 1.5.
Okay.
And you also stuck 5 wounds on my my boss rock.
We also, in the prayers at the beginning, got out the Flame Spitter and the Molten Inferno.
Yes, who was out last turn, but
should not have been out last turn because I didn't realise I had to roll. I mean, it says it on the card, and the card explains the card, but I didn't realise I had to roll a 6 for him, and I rolled a 4. So he should never have come out. That was a wasted command point in the last round. Essentially, that is where we is at.
Yeah.
And now it's your turn, and you're going to kill me. So,
well, it's not my turn. We have to roll off for round 2.
We have to roll off, yeah. Okay, so, go on then. Yeah, but if I double turn you, 1.
3. So, I will go first because I'm not giving you a double turn, otherwise you'll be able to battle tactic as well.
Yes. Moving
yes.
stuff so I can sit down here once I've made
That's
tea.
fine. Yeah, it's an interesting one. We both made little mistakes, but we're still going.
Yeah.
We're still going to get this boy.
We're going to get this bread.
Let's see what we can do. There's nothing else really to say
Yeah.
other than we apologise now. Steve realised as we were filming this part that we didn't do the panovers, so
Yeah.
you're hearing now me apologise where I should have apologised ages ago in the video to say,
Yeah.
whoops, sorry. Anyway, so we'll be back in a moment for Ironjawz Turn 2,
Yes.
and we shall see how that go.
Okay.
How are you finding the Fyreslayers?
They're easier than I remember them being. I didn't say we did the rune at the beginning that gives people a 5+ ward.
Yes, so you've lost that
so
now
lost that
because it's
now.
new battle round, and you'll be able to do one of the other 4.
Yeah. They're okay. I just keep forgetting, like those unpainted ones over there had an insane amount of attacks because they charged, so they got +1 to wounds, which actually I didn't do for all of them, I forgot. But also because they charged on their card, they get +1 to attacks.
Yep.
So there was 18 of them there.
So it's 55 attacks altogether.
Yeah, it became like 61 or something stupid, and then so some attacked the boss tower and some didn't.
I'm pretty sure there's a spell over there, a prayer over there that also gives them something for charging as well, which might be even funnier.
Yes.
But we'll work that out later.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So that's me.
Let's come back in a moment for
Yep.
Ironjawz Turn 2.
Bye.
Welcome back to the unfazed Steve Archer as someone tried to make a load of silly noises before hitting record.
Hey, somebody was trying to cheer herself up.
I'm sorry. I understand why you're trying to cheer yourself up after the mullering that just happened.
Yeah, so also I've not heard anyone use the word mullered in a long time, but do you see where there was white Simpson-looking people?
Yeah.
They're not there. They're not there.
So...
That was probably very loud down the microphone, I'm sorry. You can't see what music we're listening to, we don't have royalties.
We went for Do Not Waver, 2 units, fight, nobody die.
Yeah.
And I then decided to cast some spells and some prayers, so I gave the Get and Beat onto the Brutes, which gave them, because of the 8, it gave them +1 to the charge, and gave them +1 number of dice to charge rolls, which meant they were doing a 3d6 charge, and then when someone called the War, +2.
Who called the War?
It was me.
What a douche.
It was me.
What
well, technically it was Blind Pew on the Shouty Rock, because he was scout. It was more Wah! Rather than a woo. Somebody help! I'm compromised. I don't know why he has like an old timey English thing, like somebody please. Anyway.
We shall fight them on the beaches.
Hush. Anyway, so that's what happened. So they came round with the plus 2-inch movement from my field sergeant of the Ardor de Gloss. Managed to come around and then re-rolled charge for Rhino to get him as far in as possible around them so that it made more space for the Brutes. Then, as I said, Blind Pew called the Poix from on high and also gave crit 2 hits to it's just for the round. I need to take that off for those Ard boys just in case things didn't happen. And then Rhino came in and did some smashy damage with his 9 attacks because someone called the War. And then, because of the War, the add 1 to attacks because of the chain fight from a Mega Boss and the plus 1 for the unmodified 8 roll.
Yes, it was much bullshit.
The normally 3 attacks each Gore Choppers ended up doing 6 attacks each. So that was 12 attacks just from them. Then the 8 that would normally have 3 attacks each for the brute weapons, without including a champion weapon, should be 24. Became 24 times 3, which is 72, 73 if you count. 73 if you count the champion weapon. All on freeze and freeze because I attacked Rent 2. So yeah, they disappeared very quickly. I'm sorry, that was very fun destruction fun and I'm scared.
No, that's kind of what they do, but mine are pissed now.
Yes, I'm also aware that the bubble of your Honour Guard...
Do you see this Honour Guard?
You've got an Honour Guard, you've got a Grimwrath Berserker, you've got Gotrek, who are literally just like, yeah, we're going to move in and smash in a second.
You see these things here that I want to die.
Yes. And then over here, there's just a little bit of back and forth between the Ard boys.
That was fine.
They were playing badminton rather than fighting.
2 of my people died, but hey, badminton.
It was badminton with grenades.
Yeah.
Oh!
It's that hot potato game. You don't want to get caught holding it.
Anyway, and then obviously the brutes over here just decided to look at that lone Fyreslayer with 1 wound and just went bye-bye.
Which is fine because you do have to sacrifice for the team.
Yes. So that was all she wrote for my turn. I got 1, 2, not more because I forgot there are objectives on the board, and tactic, putting us on a grand total of 16 to 8. But the Fyreslayers are about to have a turn back and see if they can do some schwiz. And I feel like the schwiz is about to get very nasty, especially if you slay the entourage and just run everything into that open can of brutes.
Maybe we do that. There's another tactic I had in mind that was much easier, but...
Gotrek also just like itching to do something.
Gotrek hasn't done anything yet. He's biding his time. It's fine. He's fine where he is.
Anything for you on the old chat?
No, but we're about to fuck you up, son. Oh.
Excuse me.
Anyway,
we will be back in a moment for Fyreslayers Turn 2 and potentially the
end of the game.
The end.
Yeah. Okay.
We always say this and then it goes like 3 rounds because we're like, and then this happens, and then this happens.
Never ends.
Bye-bye.
unfazed because Steve started that with a very silly noise. Now, nothing happened the way I wanted it to. We wanted to slay the entourage and kill these boys over here, and we didn't.
There were 10 brutes there.
There were 10 brutes, now there's 2. We did 8, but you killed my Grimwrath Berserker before I could get a second fight in by your stupid tower with your stupid little man on it, like a stupid big dickhead.
It's like a much bloodier version of Agatha Christie.
Yeah, very much.
Look how many bloody Volquests are still there, though.
I know, how many are there? Like, I've lost 2.
I've lost 2 of my 20. And they deleted 8 of my... of my 10.
They did. Yeah. We still have board presence, it's just not great. So, in terms of scoring, I scored 4 for 2 for 1 objective, 2 points for 2 or more objectives. Haven't got more than my opponent, and didn't get my tactic. So
I would point out, like you were just saying about board control and board presence, this 2/3 of the board are yours.
Yes.
Other than these 2 little boys here, you have pinned me in this corner because I've got my 2 brutes here, my boss rock, I've got the brutes hiding over there. Yeah. That was my own fault for deploying them badly. And these Ard boys here, and then the Rhino's kind of making his way up there after killing the Rune Sun. So he's got 2 water tokens.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be an interesting turn 3.
Yeah.
That big problem in the middle though of fucking Gotrek and still the Honor Guard is a nightmare.
Yeah, most of the Honor Guard is still alive.
Shall we roll for round 3?
Yes.
That was a badly rolled 1.
6.
And a 6. So you are the underdog at 12 to 16.
If I go first, I can't have a battle tactic.
No, because you need to have 1 point less.
Yes.
But you could then use the double turn to delete things to stop me doing things.
I am thinking I'm going to use the double turn. I don't have to have a tactic, so I could just like try and take stuff out before it takes me out, really.
Yeah.
So I'm going to double turn you, because I never double turn you.
It's a very good choice. Especially as a destruction player, I was looking for a double turn at some point in the game as well. So yes.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, you're going to double turn me.
I can't have a tactic, but that's fine. So
if you delete things of mine, then I don't have a chance to get stuff done.
Yes. I can't delete Rhino because he's in a really awkward spot.
I can't tactic with things that aren't there.
No, you can't. You can't tactic with things that aren't there.
But yeah, let's come back in a moment for Fyreslayers Turn 3 and see how she destroys my poor little destruction boys.
I know, right?
Back in a moment.
Bye. Went first. We couldn't get a tactic, but what we did get was 1, 2 or more, and more than your opponent in terms of objectives. Because we killed stuff.
Yes, you did.
Some stuff killed me back. Not whole units, but some stuff killed me back. Bish. There isn't much to say. We moved in Magmadroth and Gotrek. Gotrek finally got to attack. And Gotrek's attacks are 2, 2, rend 2, 3 damage. With crit mortals, he did 12 damage on crit mortals alone, and then none of the other attacks went through.
Yeah, because he does 8 attacks each.
He does 8 attacks. He got 4 crit mortals. fine, and then the other 4 either you saved or they didn't go through. I know there was definitely 2 1s in there. Yeah, he's got a save of 5, by the way. You told me he had a save of 3.
Oh, he's got a ward of 3.
Ward of 3. So yeah, Go Trip finally did something and just wiped out your wizardy guy, the one with the
My
stick.
war chanter.
Yeah, and it was just like, oh, he did it.
And you shot and killed my Ard Boy Big Boss.
Shot and killed your
with the Magma Droth.
Yeah, Magma Droth charged in. The Hearth Guard went in. It was a bit fluky mental and stuff. It's dead now. So 1, 2 more. And now it's your turn, but you can get tactics. So I am leading
18 to 16.
18 to 16. But you could now get tactic.
I'll get at least 4 points for objectives.
Yes.
So that'll put me
take
in.
that one, which will be.
I could take that one, I might not, depending on what I want to do. Because also the problem I have here is that I am literally locked in this corner with all your big things now running that way.
They are now coming this way.
So if I go that way, then I've got more chance of coming round there and taking objectives. But it's basically just going to be a game of chasing where you go, you're going to take this objective from me here, I'm going to get that one over there, and go there.
Tower, we've made a very narrow gateway here, which I don't like, and because I've got a lot of Volkites.
I can get out of the tower, which is useful, but the problem is then he's
tower
just
stays there though, right?
Yes.
Does it do anything if you get out of it?
I don't actually know if I can get out of it because technically the unit is in combat.
You have to dismount.
I know there is a movement there, so I'm going to scan over here. So we've got Shouty Boss cannot use move abilities. Instead of measuring visibility and range from the Shouty Boss, you measure from the terrain. All attacks would target the Shouty Boss, target the terrain instead. If the terrain is destroyed, remove it from the battlefield, inflicting D3 mortal to the Shouty Boss, then set them up within 3 inches of the terrain feature and not in combat. If they cannot, they are no longer the Shouty Boss. If they are not able to be set up, they are slain. And then the movement phase, if the terrain feature has a Shouty Boss that was not placed this turn, set up the Shouty Boss on the battlefield within 6 inches of the terrain feature and not within combat. This unit is no longer the Shouty Boss. So it doesn't say I can't.
Actually say the phrase Shouty Boss.
Yes, you become the Shouty Boss for being on the box.
Oh my god.
So I could come out of there and survive a turn.
Yeah.
As L'Oreal gets his advert.
My hair out, it hurts, but also I mean business now.
I see.
So I'll take my hair down.
Is this Samson's power, is it? As I cry, why, Delilah?
It feels like yes.
Anyway, so yeah, it's going to be an interesting turn. I think this could potentially be, as we always say, this could be the point where we start talking out. I've got a round to go with a tactic. Let's see what I can do. But I'm very scared, and I'm actually starting to think of some things about tournaments, but I'll talk about that after the game. Back in a moment for Ironjawz Turn 3. Hello. Right.
Okay.
That was
we've played turn 3. Played your turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
We've just talked out turn 4.
And basically 5.
And 5.
Right.
Do you remember anything from
yes.
your turn 4 that we talked?
So
or from your turn 3.
So I went for attack on 2 fronts. And I had a lot of messing around trying to set up on a great big green-handed Gork the Ard boys onto this objective over here, so I could just waddle Rhino onto that objective there. Didn't work, so I stuck the Ard boys over on that far objective, and then thought I'll charge around, and then you accused me of cheating because of wording of rules.
But you didn't. You want to point out that I was wrong. It's on camera now that I was wrong. Because it doesn't matter, because what happened next?
Oh yes. So yeah, I charged into the Battlesmith, which basically, because you have to finish a charge within half an inch of the model, if I went literally base to base like this, I didn't specifically say the wording you have to do that, it just says finish within half an inch, I would have been off the objective. If I moved literally and micro backwards within that most like a quarter if not an eighth of an inch, I was on the objective. So essentially I said that I would place it in such a way that if Rhino survives, I'm on the objective, thinking Rhino wouldn't have to deal with a Battlesmith.
He wouldn't survive, would he? No, I mean the Battlesmith wouldn't survive, would he? Now tell them why you were wrong.
So I cockily went, yeah, I'm going to try deal with, there was a lone brute dealing with the Volkite Berserkers. I'll smack some of them, hopefully bring some of them down so I can deal with the next problem with the other brutes that were surviving. And then Battlesmith decided between the 2 damage he took from the fireball that you had summoned, and then the Battlesmith doing 4 damage, that Rhino would die.
Rhino died.
So I only got one objective, finishing my turn on Control 1 and Control 2, not Tactic, which at that point was the beginning of the end for me.
This game took 8 turns.
If I just quickly go back and change what happened here to get the full points, so we can see what would have done then. We then started to just go, I said, let's roll to see who would have gone round 4, because at this point I've got a set of Ard boys, a set of brutes, and the Weirdknife Shaman who got off the Shouty Boss roll just to kind of get out of things. So it would have been the end of my turn would have been 20 to 18.
In your favour? In
my favour. You then rolled priority.
I did.
Which you then went, okay, so I'm going to take their land, back the Magmadroth up over into the far corner, taking both my other objective and the terrain piece.
The graffitied terrain piece.
Which then gets you the full 10 points, putting it on 20 to 28 in your favour.
Yeah.
I then tried to slay the entourage, and that's where we started to go, right, this is completely talk out, not actually physically doing anything. We've been doing a tournament clock, and I had 20 minutes left of my turn. You had 0 turn, so technically we were running on fumes in terms of time of the game itself. So if you were at a tournament, you'd then have to start talking out anyway, because we've also not been timing how long your parts where you've been interjecting take. So it's probably longer. Either way, ran the brutes with crit 2 hits into the Volkite Berserkers in the middle. You used the rune of Strike First.
I did.
If an enemy charged you this turn, which was very clever.
Thank you for telling me to do that.
Welcome.
I'll give credit where credit is due.
As a Fyreslayer, that's the thing though, is you might not have spotted that, and I potentially would have won the game if I hadn't told you to do it.
And you shouldn't have told me to do it.
I personally think it's a more. I would have felt better winning if I had told you that and won. Than if I hadn't told you that, and then that would have been, because we literally just worked it out here. So I rallied the brutes. Tried to bring as much as possible, ran them in, got the War from them. Didn't have the War because he's already called it, but had an over 8 on charge, so we were doing quite a bit of damage. If you hadn't had the strike last, there were 2 brutes that were deleted by your attacks first, which, because there were 3 Volkite Berserkers remaining on 2 health each, 2 brutes at 8 attacks on 4s and 3s, also damaging because you don't have the save at 2 damage each, and having crit 2 hits as well, and I was rolling quite a few 6s, those 3 would have disappeared as well. I think it's safe to say, even with a good ward roll, I think the amount of damage I could have put out there would have meant that they were deleted, and that's why I'm saying that it would have been an unfair win.
Yeah.
Because that also would have turned the tides in terms of points, because I had 1 and 2 and could have got the tactic if that had happened. If I don't get the tactic, it's 24 to 28 in your favour. If I get it, it's a draw. So that's where I genuinely would have told you to do it first. Even if you were an opponent and this meant me winning the tournament sort of thing, I would have told you. Not to be the, aren't I a great guy? I genuinely think it's more fun to play a game and both do the thing that your army is meant to do, rather than go, I said a word and because you didn't hear me, I guess you don't get to do the tournament.
That's because I didn't say it out loud.
And then round 5 again, I rolled and got priority, so at that point I was like, I can't let you have the double turn, because otherwise you'll beat me. I get 1 and 2 with that. You had a tactic you could do. It would either be slay the entourage with go, slay the tyrant with go check, or reclaim the rounds. Whatever you wanted to do, you could have done it, and you'd have 1-2 more in tactic, which would finish the game on 28 to 38.
That's a big one.
In the Fyreslayers favour.
That's so long. That's long.
This has been such a...
Oh, we started 4 hours ago.
Yep.
Sort of. Oh my god, it's 20
with talking
4.
and silliness in between, it's taken us 4 hours to play this game and film things. That's why I'm saying, like, with tournament timing as well. So that was that game. That is 7 of 11 games in the year of Emma. You're still winning. There's not a lot else to say. That's been a very long morning or afternoon for us. So thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you. We've got 2 games left of the current General's Handbook.
Yep.
But as of the May the 3rd, it is today?
5th.
May the 5th. Star Wars yesterday that we didn't do a video for because we didn't actually have the time. May the 5th, with the May the 5th that we're filming on, you're seeing this 10 days later on May the 15th if you watch it on day of release. We've only got 2 games left of the General's Handbook of the Vice and Limited Resources.
Yep.
But today they put out some things about, on the Warhammer community, they put some things about the new General's Handbook as well.
Okay.
So maybe Limited Resources is held and as like a... Because we've played that in 3rd edition in literally the last year, it might be a thing of we just use it to tide ourselves over until the end of it. But the next game you'll be seeing on the 15th of June now is definitely the Vice, which is one we haven't played before, so I will need to play that before I go to tournament.
That's fine. Yes, because you'll be playing it at your tournament.
Potentially.
They played them all.
They picked 5 different games, yes.
Oh my god, I'm yawning.
That's fine.
This mentally,
You've got the 1st of June with episode 4 of our Path to Glory of the Ogres vs Stormcast. That has had some gentleman's agreement that mean that we can do the monsters fight that we were expecting to do. So we are basically coming up to the end of the first half of Path to Glory. As we come into July with episode 5, and then it'll be August the 1st, which does the end of the Nord Edge, I think it's called, where you're on the adamantine chain coming down to the shore, and then it's the Hateful Shores, and then it's
Oh my god. Okay. You just know this. You just read it. I don't. I just go, "What are we playing, Steve?" And then you tell me, and then I win.
But yeah, we've got that. Asshole.
Sometimes I lose.
We've got that. Let us know if there's some things you want to see on the channel. You've recently sold your daughters and are looking to get some Sublime Gravelord, I heard.
Yes, there won't be enough for an army yet.
No, but we could do like a silly little, let's just throw together a little like spearhead again, like we did at the beginning of the year with New Year, New Army.
We could do that, yep.
We could do potentially like a little, depending how many points you've got, could do a little 1,000-point game.
We could, yeah.
We'll see what we've got.
Yeah.
Just more chance for you to play those things, but that's a thing that's coming in the future. I've obviously got the mass that you've seen of Fyreslayers, Ironjawz, Crawboys, Ogres. That's nearly finished as well.
Yeah. If you would like to buy any Daughters of Cain that have been touched by the hands of a winner, eBay. eBay. We'll put the link. I'll put the link in the video. Steve's also touched them at some point. I made that weird.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you want to watch more videos, go and see the Path to Glory on the channel. If you want to see next videos coming up, those are the ones that are coming up. Potentially, depending on what happens after this filming here, might be a little conversation that I might have with myself.
Okay.
And probably bounce things off you. By throwing my toys at you.
Don't throw your toys at me. They've got some very sharp edges.
If you would like to let us know what you would like to see, please pop a comment down below. If you are still here at this point, go to our Patreon or our Coffee. Coffee.com/nonsensehammer. Patreon.com/nonsensehammer. You'll be able to find anything there. Hopefully we can put some more stuff out and get that a bit more interesting. If you want to try to support what we do, if you're just here to enjoy things, though, just like, subscribe, share, all those algorithm things.
Where's the bell?
What's the line for? It's down there.
Oh, it's down there.
If you know the line from Out of Dragon's Hijinks,
no, I don't.
Do the things to make the rings or make them ding.
Yes. Do that. Make the ding. What?
There's a bell.
Okay.
Anyway. Thank you very much for watching. And as you can see from the two tired idiots from here, it has been 0 days since your last nonsense.
Do you want to shake the hand of a winner?
Good game.
Good game.
Bye.